Hey, what is up guys? This is Noob Miner 79. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I personally find the best efficiency for my Nvidia cards for the new 3000 series. This may work as well for the other cards as well, but this is what I do for my 3080s, 3090s, and so on. Alright, so the first thing I do, what I look for is my memory clock, right? Most new cards can push 1300 right away. So we'll start there at a base, 1300. We're not going to touch power limit. No matter whether using Hive OS or MSI Afterburner, don't adjust the power limit. Don't adjust it by power limit. You want to do it by your core clock. All right, so I adjusted my 1300 because I know my RTX 3080 EVGA for the Win 3 will push 1300, but if I go to 1400, it will run for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, or maybe an hour to 2 hours, and then it'll crash. And so I know 1400 on this card is not gonna work, but 1300 works pretty good. So that's why I find my max memory clock. And then we're gonna go ahead and turn the fan up to 80 on here for this card. Everybody's fan control is going to differ depending on how hot your GPU gets. Now, the reason I do the higher memory clock, or try to get the highest out of my memory clock and a lower core clock, is because the core clock we're going to lock, and it's going to be controlling our voltage or our power at this point. So the first thing we want to do is go into here, into curve editor, and we are going to lock this down by hitting L on the keyboard. To turn it off, you just hit L again, but I'm going to lock it on the very first one at 700. And then we're going to go ahead and click that, and then we can close this. So now all we're working with now is MSI Afterburner. And for the 3080, 3090s, and probably pretty much all other cards as well that are in the 3000 series, you basically want to set your core clock at 1000. So basically we need to go, let's go minus 250. I guess we'll start there. I think, see where that gets us. Might even be minus 220, but whatever, it'll be close enough. So we're at 1020. That's close enough, right? So now that we got that all setting, I'm just going to use my core voltage to 100% here. It's core voltage, from my understanding, what it does, the way Jay explained it, is in game it just boosts your core, your power up faster and not in increments. It'll boost it up to where it needs to be instantly and stuff like that. So it's not going to really, from him, he said, not harm your card at all. It's not going to bother your card. It just helps your voltage get to the point faster, and that's basically it. We're not touching power limit at all, like I said, because we are relying on core clock to control this. So let's go ahead and open up. I'm going to be using NB Miner, the 100% LHR unlocker. Now, here's what I noticed running this. If you are a gamer and you put your settings in here, like for instance, dash core clock at 1300, and I save it, this is going to affect my performance of my games as well, because locking it here, no matter whether you close it, whether you take it right out again, it's going to still be locked at that 1300. So NB Miner locks your core clock for everything, no matter what, even if it's closed. And even if you try go into here and hit reset, it's still going to lock it at 1200. So I recommend, if you are a gamer, do not use NB Miner to lock your core clocks, your memory clocks, your power limits, and your fan. If you're going to do all that, do it from here. So that way you can just either save it as a 1 and then just hit reset when you want a game. And then that way your GPU is ready to game, and then you just got to hit 1 and you're ready to go back to mining. Alright, so anyways, now that we're done with explaining that, let's go ahead and start this up. We don't need that open anymore. So the way this works is, like I said, most cards, it's always memory first, 1300, 1200, depends on your card, where it, can handle its max without kicking out. You may have to run it for like a couple hours, and if it doesn't kick out after 3-4 hours or 2 to 4 hours, you should be probably fine with your memory. Like I said, 1400 kicks me out, 1500 freezes. 1300 is my perfect spot for this GPU where I have no issues at all. My core clock, like I said, I'm starting at 1000. So this way we're finding the exact best efficiency we're going to get for this GPU by locking the core clock and just moving it up slowly in 50 increments. So we got 96.67 at 209 watts, 212. We'll give it one more go here, and you notice my memory temps are 72, so they are pretty cool. My memory temps on this EVGA for the Win RTX 3080 10 gig is usually about 78 on a nice day, and then about 80 on a hot day. So there's not really much of a boost of temps, really, which EVGA makes really good cards for cooling right now. All right, so we're sitting at 96.74. We're locked in there, power at 213. So let's minus 50, like I said. We'll see where we sit here. Oh, wow. No. Minus 200, my bad. So we're at 1065. Now, we just got to wait for this and see where everything went. You see, as you can see, that's what I'm talking about by locking your core clock and using that for voltage. The voltage went from 213 to 220 when I put it to minus 50 by accident. All right, so we just got to wait a little bit to let this settle, because every time you make a change, your hash rate will drop using Nvidia cards. So we hit 100.6 at 219 watts, 78 on the M temp. I don't like that one bit at all. That seems a bit high to me. But we'll let it run for a little bit longer and see what happens. $217. Okay, it's coming down. So 100.6 at 217 watts. That's pretty decent. My memory temp is still 78. It's still running up pretty good. And that's basically it for Nvidia cards. For finding your most efficiency settings is just by doing this. Works every time for all my cards. Never had any issues with my cards. My accepts are usually really good for finding shares. The rejects are really good doing this, because I never had any issues with really rejects at all on the shares. But yeah, so for some reason it's sitting kind of iffy, but let's this is the setting I was using before, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click it. Well, 270? No, that doesn't sound right. No, that set me right back to 0. Sorry, this one right here. It's really no difference than what I was just at. As you can tell, it's still on that one. 100.5, 217, 218. It's still pretty good. It's like I said, it's gonna adjust itself. It's because I was just finished touching the curve editor. But usually, I don't know why it's doing this, but usually I'm sitting around 215, 216 on this card, but for some reason it's giving a little bit more. At the wall, I honestly don't know what it is. This is just, I'm just going by what this is saying right now, so But yeah, anyways, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's been 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna end it here. And don't forget to subscribe if this helps you out as well. Give it a like. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. And if you need help, well, also comment section as well, and I'll gladly reply to you. So for all the people that are new to mining, I hope this helps you out, get you started on Nvidia cards, and I will be doing a 6000 series video next with the 6800 series and how to get the lowest possible power and best I guess efficiency hash rate. Best efficiency hash rate. All right. Anyways, I'm out. Later, guys.